Imagine waking up each morning with an unshakable inner strength. The kind that doesn't waver when plans fall apart, doesn't crumble under pressure, and remains steady even when the world seems chaotic. This isn't some superhuman ability. It's the natural result of embracing Stoic philosophy, a practical approach to life developed over 2,000 years ago that remains startlingly relevant today. At its core, Stoicism was embodied by figures like Epictetus, a former slave who rose to become one of history's most influential philosophers. His teachings weren't abstract theories, but practical tools for navigating life's inevitable challenges with grace and purpose. The personal journals of Emperor Marcus Aurelius reveal how even the most powerful man in the ancient world turned to these principles daily to maintain his perspective and humanity. Today, we're exploring how Stoicism can transform your approach to modern challenges, from workplace stress to relationship difficulties to the constant noise of digital life. These aren't just ancient concepts but practical tools for building mental resilience, finding inner peace, and creating a life of meaning regardless of external circumstances. In a world where anxiety, distraction, and uncertainty seem to be our constant companions, Stoicism offers a time-tested framework for focusing on what truly matters. It's about more than just enduring hardship, it's about thriving because of it. If you're ready to discover how ancient wisdom can revolutionize your daily life and help you cultivate unshakable resilience, stay with me as we explore the transformative principles of Stoic philosophy. Principle 1. Focus on what you can control. The cornerstone of Stoic philosophy is elegantly simple yet profoundly powerful. Clearly distinguish between what you can control and what you cannot. Epictetus captured this perfectly when he wrote, "Some things are within our power, while others are not." Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and, in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, reputation, office, and, in a word, whatever is not of our own doing. This distinction is revolutionary when you truly apply it. Think about how much mental energy you spend worrying about things entirely outside your influence. The weather disrupting your plans, traffic making you late, or other people's opinions about your choices. The Stoics recognized that this misplaced focus is the source of much unnecessary suffering. Instead, they advocated directing your full attention toward what actually lies within your control: your judgments, your values, your responses, and your actions. This shift in focus doesn't make problems disappear, but it fundamentally changes your relationship with them. Consider today's challenges. You can't control a pandemic, economic fluctuations, or technology disrupting your industry. But you can control how you prepare, how you respond, and the meaning you assign to these events. When you stop expecting the world to bend to your preferences and instead focus on your own responses, something remarkable happens. The anxiety about outcomes diminishes, and your effectiveness often increases. You're no longer scattered across 1,000 worries but concentrated on what you can actually influence. This principle isn't about passive acceptance but strategic focus. It's about investing your precious energy where it can actually make a difference rather than depleting it on futile concerns. Principle 2. Practice negative visualization. One of the most counterintuitive yet powerful Stoic practices is called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Far from being pessimistic, this practice helps you develop profound appreciation and resilience. The concept is straightforward. Regularly take time to imagine losing the things you value. Visualize what life would be like without your health, your home, your job, or your loved ones. Seneca advised his students to set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, "Is this the condition that I feared?" This practice serves several powerful purposes. First, it dismantles the hedonic treadmill, our tendency to quickly take for granted what we have, always needing more for the same level of satisfaction. When you imagine life without your basic comforts, you immediately recognize how fortunate you already are. Second, it prepares you mentally for inevitable setbacks and losses. By rehearsing difficulties in advance, you reduce their emotional impact when they actually occur. You've already considered how you might respond, what resources you have available, and how you would adapt. In today's world of constant comparison and highlight reels on social media, this practice is particularly valuable. It grounds you in appreciation for what you have rather than anxiety about what you lack. Try this. Before you go to sleep tonight, take 3 minutes to imagine waking up having lost something important to you. Notice the immediate wave of gratitude you feel afterward for still having it. This isn't morbid, it's a powerful recalibration of your perspective. The Stoics knew that our minds crave comfort and certainty, but life provides neither consistently. By mentally rehearsing challenges, you build the psychological flexibility to handle whatever comes your way with greater equanimity and resourcefulness. Principle 3. Embrace voluntary discomfort. The Stoics didn't just visualize hardship, they deliberately practiced it. This principle of voluntary discomfort isn't about unnecessary suffering, but about intentional conditioning of your mind against life's inevitable difficulties. Musonius Rufus, the teacher of Epictetus, believed that to experience hunger and thirst, to endure heat and cold, to sleep on a hard bed and to work strenuously was essential training for both body and mind. This wasn't punishment but preparation. Today, we might call this anti-fragility, the quality of growing stronger under stress, like a muscle responding to resistance training. By intentionally embracing certain hardships, you build resilience that makes you better equipped to handle unexpected challenges. This practice takes many forms in modern life. It might mean taking cold showers occasionally to practice discomfort. It could mean fasting for a day to experience hunger and appreciate food more deeply. Perhaps it's walking instead of driving, sleeping without a pillow once a month, or practicing digital minimalism by disconnecting from technology for a weekend. These small, controlled exposures to discomfort serve multiple purposes. They remind you that many necessities are actually preferences. They demonstrate that you can endure more than you think. And most importantly, they build confidence in your ability to adapt. When Marcus Aurelius wrote about "the obstacle is the way," he was acknowledging that difficulties themselves provide the training ground for developing strength. Each voluntary discomfort is a controlled experiment in resilience. The key is starting small and being purposeful. Choose discomforts that build meaningful capacities rather than random suffering. And remember, the Stoic aim isn't to eliminate comfort entirely, but to prevent becoming dependent on it. In our convenience-obsessed culture, this practice stands as a powerful counterbalance, a reminder that comfort isn't always in our best interest, and that our capacity to handle difficulty is a muscle that needs regular exercise. Principle 4. Cultivate present moment awareness. The Stoics understood a fundamental truth that modern psychology has only recently rediscovered. The present moment is the only place where life actually happens, and the only domain where we have real influence. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not disturb yourself by picturing your life as a whole. Do not assemble in your mind the many and varied troubles which have come to you in the past and will come again in the future, but ask yourself with regard to every present difficulty, what is there in this that is unbearable and beyond endurance?" This focus on the present wasn't mere platitude, but practical wisdom. The Stoics recognized our minds naturally wander to regrets about the past and anxieties about the future, both realms where we have no power. By continually returning attention to the present moment, we reclaim our agency and focus. In today's hyper-distracted world, this principle has become even more essential. Our attention is constantly pulled in multiple directions by notifications, media, and endless tasks. The mental habit of present moment awareness serves as an anchor amid this chaos. The practice is deceptively simple. Throughout your day, pause to fully inhabit your current experience. Notice the sensations in your body, the quality of your thoughts, and the environment around you. When your mind drifts to past or future, gently bring it back without judgment. This isn't about ignoring legitimate planning or learning from experience. It's about avoiding the mental habit of living anywhere but now. The Stoics knew that rumination and anxiety rob us of our effectiveness and contentment without adding any value. By practicing present moment awareness, you not only reduce unnecessary suffering but also enhance your capacity to respond wisely to what's actually happening, rather than reacting to projections and assumptions. Principle 5. Develop virtue as the highest good. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies a revolutionary idea. The only true good is virtue, excellence of character, and the only real harm is its absence. Everything else, wealth, health, reputation, even life itself, is classified as preferred indifference. Valuable, certainly, but not ultimate goods. This hierarchy of values provided Stoics with extraordinary freedom. By locating true worth in their character rather than external circumstances, they found a source of meaning and purpose that couldn't be threatened by fortune. The 4 cardinal virtues provide a practical framework. Wisdom, not merely knowledge, but practical wisdom, the ability to navigate complex situations with good judgment. Justice, fair and kind treatment of others, recognizing our shared humanity and interconnection. Courage, not fearlessness, but the ability to act rightly even when afraid, to stand by principles despite pressure. Temperance, moderation and self-control, finding the middle path between excess and deficiency. When these virtues guide your decisions, external outcomes matter less. Success with poor character offers little satisfaction, while maintaining integrity through failure provides lasting fulfillment. In today's achievement-oriented culture, this perspective is revolutionary. Rather than asking, "What will make me successful?" the Stoic asks, "What kind of person do I want to be?" Rather than, "What will others think?" they consider, "Is this action aligned with my principles?" This focus on character creates remarkable stability. Your job can change, investments can fail, relationships can end, but your commitment to wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance remains available regardless of circumstances. The daily practice involves examining your choices through this lens. Is this action contributing to excellence of character? This simple question becomes a compass for navigating life's complexity with integrity and purpose. Principle 6. Practice the view from above. The Stoics developed a powerful contemplative exercise called the view from above, mentally stepping back to see your concerns from a cosmic perspective. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Think of the whole universe of matter and how small your share. Think about the expanse of time and how brief, almost momentary, the part marked for you. Think of the workings of fate and how infinitesimal your role." This practice isn't about diminishing your life's importance, but about gaining perspective on challenges that feel all-consuming in the moment. When viewed against the vastness of the cosmos and the span of human history, many of our urgent worries reveal themselves as remarkably temporary and limited in scope. The practical application is straightforward. When facing a stressful situation, mentally zoom out. Imagine seeing yourself from across the room, then from above the building, the city, the planet, and beyond. Consider how this situation might appear 5 years from now, or a century from now. This cosmic perspective doesn't eliminate responsibility, it contextualizes it. It reminds us that while our actions matter, most of our anxieties involve concerns that are remarkably fleeting in the grand scheme. In today's world of constant urgency and manufactured crises, this practice serves as a powerful antidote to the emergency mindset that keeps us perpetually stressed. It helps distinguish between what feels important in the moment and what truly matters in a life well lived. The view from above also connects us to something larger than ourselves. By recognizing our place in the vast cosmos, we paradoxically find both humility and significance. We are small, yet part of something magnificent. This practice isn't about escaping reality but seeing it more completely, with both immediate concerns and ultimate perspective held simultaneously. Principle 7. Turn obstacles into opportunities. Perhaps the most transformative aspect of Stoic philosophy is its approach to obstacles. Rather than seeing difficulties as unfortunate interruptions to life's plan, Stoics view them as the path itself, the very material from which a meaningful life is constructed. Marcus Aurelius articulated this perfectly. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This perspective doesn't minimize challenges but reframes them as opportunities for growth, creativity, and virtue. This principle operates on 3 levels. First, obstacles reveal what needs strengthening. Just as resistance in physical training exposes and builds weak muscles, life's difficulties highlight and develop your character. Without them, certain virtues, patience, resilience, courage, would remain theoretical rather than embodied qualities. Second, obstacles often create unexpected opportunities. History is filled with innovations, discoveries, and personal transformations that occurred precisely because of, not despite, significant constraints. The very resistance you face can become the catalyst for creative breakthroughs. Third, obstacles test and demonstrate your philosophy. It's easy to speak of virtue when everything goes well. The true test, and the opportunity for genuine growth, comes when you face adversity. These moments reveal whether principles are merely intellectual concepts or lived truths. The practical application is straightforward but profound. When facing a challenge, ask yourself, how can this obstacle serve me? What quality can it help me develop? What unexpected path might it reveal? This isn't naive optimism that ignores genuine difficulties. Rather, it's a strategic mindset that extracts value from inevitable challenges. The obstacle itself doesn't change, but your relationship to it transforms completely. In today's environment of uncertainty and rapid change, this principle offers a tremendous advantage. While others are paralyzed by disruption, the Stoic mind actively seeks the opportunity within the challenge, turning potential setbacks into stepping stones. Principle 8. Practice daily reflection. The final principle that anchors Stoic practice is systematic self-reflection. Seneca wrote, "Each day acquire something that will fortify you against poverty, against death, indeed against other misfortunes as well," highlighting the cumulative power of daily philosophical contemplation. The Stoics developed specific reflective practices, particularly at day's end. Epictetus advised his students to ask, "What evils have I cured today? What vices have I resisted? In what respect am I better?" This isn't self-criticism but honest assessment aimed at continuous improvement. The modern practice might involve setting aside 10 minutes each evening to review your day through a Stoic lens. Where did I exercise wisdom, justice, courage, or temperance today? When did I react with unnecessary emotion to things outside my control? How could I respond better to similar situations in the future? What lessons can I extract from today's experiences? This reflection serves multiple purposes. It reinforces philosophical principles by connecting them to real situations. It holds you accountable to your own values. And it extracts meaningful lessons from everyday experiences that might otherwise be lost. The morning offers a complementary opportunity for reflection. Marcus Aurelius would prepare himself for the day ahead, anticipating challenges and setting intentions for how he would respond. This proactive contemplation builds mental readiness for whatever the day might bring. Together, these bookend practices, evening review and morning preparation, create a continuous cycle of learning and application. Rather than philosophical concepts remaining abstract, they become lived experience, refined through daily practice. In our distracted age, this kind of intentional reflection has become increasingly rare yet increasingly valuable. It transforms passing moments into lasting wisdom and builds a life of philosophical consistency rather than reactive habit. Conclusion. As we conclude our exploration of Stoic principles, remember that these aren't merely interesting concepts but practical tools meant to be applied. The ancient Stoics weren't concerned with theoretical knowledge but with lived wisdom, philosophy expressed through action. These 8 principles, focusing on what you can control, practicing negative visualization, embracing voluntary discomfort, cultivating present moment awareness, developing virtue as the highest good, practicing the view from above, turning obstacles into opportunities, and engaging in daily reflection, form a comprehensive system for navigating life with resilience and purpose. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its accessibility. You don't need special equipment, optimal circumstances, or even significant time to begin practicing. Each principle can be applied immediately, wherever you are, whatever your situation. Start small. Choose one principle that resonates most strongly and incorporate it into your daily life this week. Notice how it affects your perspective and responses. Then gradually expand your practice to include the others. The Stoics understood that philosophy isn't a spectator sport. It requires consistent practice. As Epictetus said, "If you want to be a philosopher, speak and act as a philosopher. If you can't, keep silent." What matters isn't what you know about Stoicism, but how you live it. In a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain, these ancient principles offer timeless guidance for cultivating inner stability and meaningful purpose. The obstacles you face today are different from those of Marcus Aurelius, but the internal resources needed to meet them remain the same. If you found value in these ideas, I encourage you to subscribe to join our community of modern Stoics. Together, we're rediscovering how ancient wisdom can transform our experience of contemporary life, one principle at a time. Remember, as the Stoics taught, the quality of your life depends not on what happens to you, but on how you respond. Choose wisely.